been me and Jeanette doing this whole thing. So it's been crazy. And you know, we get these requests. Did you rehearse yet? Did you do this? And I'm like, when did we have time? It's like we were putting flowers on the little booklets.
I'm about to take you on a victim-turned-victorious journey. There's 3 journeys. Feel free to applaud. No, feel free to, oh gosh. Feel free to offer your, not condolence, appreciation by applauding. Only if you want to. After each, you know. It's written much better than that, but it's really cute. And then I'm gonna start. Bam! I write poetry. Don't blame.
Thank you guys for coming to the show. My name is Adina Aaron. I'm the Managing Director of the Ritual Theater Company, and we are proud to support V-Day, raising awareness about the abuse and violence against women. And tonight, as you know, we're presenting Jeanette Blakeney's poetry and photography of Shirley Miranda Rodriguez. And her photography shows the different levels of life and how beautiful they are for women through their different stages. And without any further delay, I present Victim Turned Victorious Jeanette.
Welcome. Glad that you can make it. Much appreciated. Welcome to a life's journey through poetry. Journey number 1. You write poetry. You write poetry. Why? You have nothing to say. You write poetry. It won't make anybody's day. You write poetry. Honey, put those dreams aside. You write poetry. Child, go play outside. Before the storm. He left me when I was born, only to return before the storm. I was left with no real memory of the sort, only a clear vision years later of a strange man on my porch. Go to him, they say, he is your father. He was a stranger to me, I couldn't possibly be his daughter. Studied me from head to toe. I did not enjoy this here show. Then he touched me by the hand to touch what he had banned. I never knew the answer to why he ran. My lips were silent, my heart was empty. Was he looking for some kind of sympathy? Just like that, he disappeared in the wind. At that time, I didn't care if I would ever see him again. Whenever my memory of him would start to fade, he would reappear again and try to find a way. Find a way into my heart, which over the years was torn apart. The times between his visits were a safe haven to plan. It gave me time to reflect and accept him once again. His quest for me was his saving grace. It healed my heart of any bad taste. He proved his love for me within, and I was able to accept him as my father again. He grew up and became a changed man, and wanted me to be a part of his life all over again. His wish came true. He got through and blessed me with sisters and brothers, which I never knew. My father came to me before the storm, before I blamed myself for his abandonment when I was born. Thankfully, he found me and took me by the hand and filled me with precious memories of footprints in the sand. That was his plan before leaving this land. Rest in peace, my courageous man. No choice. I don't recall being taken aside by my mother as a child and having her say to me, "Jay, would you like to be the parent of the house?" I certainly do not recall myself answering her by saying, "Love to, Ma." People. That's That's what the news is all about. I'm at home watching the 10 o'clock news. The newscaster just announced 5 brutal killings within the first 5 minutes of watching. 5 brutal killings? Oh, I hate people sometimes. Number 1. A woman killed her baby by smothering her to death with a teddy bear. Then she stabbed herself to death. Question. How can anyone kill their own child, and how do you stab yourself to death? There's a less painful way of doing that, and I'm not suggesting suicide as an option. This was just a sad situation all around. Number 2. A man was shot in the head while sitting on the subway by an unknown assailant. Sad. I hope I'm never in the wrong place at the wrong time. Number 3. A woman was moving into her new home, and a man offered to help. She accepted. He grabbed her and dragged her down the street and raped her. Then he dragged her to an empty lot and raped her a second time. He then sodomized her and beat her until she was unconscious. Okay, this was just too much for one person to have to endure. People are treating other people like animals. You can't even accept the kindness of strangers anymore. Number 4. A young girl was pushed to her death on the subway tracks right before an oncoming train by a homeless person. By a homeless person? No comment. Number 5. A man cut his girlfriend and fed her to the homeless. Okay, now we have gone completely mad. Lord, forgive us all, for we know not what the hell we do. Oh, the news was horrible tonight. The worst I've seen in years. I think it's time for me to take a break from watching it. Thinking about giving it a year. Do you remember? Do you remember the incident she never will forget? Do you remember the girl you touched and told to undress? Do you remember the game you played in which you had no right? Do you remember the storm you caused, scarring her for life? Do you remember how you disguised your voice to make your actions seem nice? No one ever touched her like that. She knew that it wasn't right. Do you remember the numbness she felt as you played with her inside? The shock arrived to her surprised and left her traumatized. Do you remember her silent cries when you told her not to tell? Do you remember the innocence you took? May you rot in hell.